Well, here's the other side of that. If that chairman says, well, the Russians offered dirt on a candidate, namely Hillary Clinton, well, here's the other side. Hillary Clinton's campaign paid for that dossier that is the basis behind all of the allegations of collusion. So the source of it was a Democrat campaign, and they paid a British spy to create a dossier on the Trump campaign. That's where all of this comes from, and the FBI knew that, and they knew they were getting tipped by a presidential campaign. But here's where it gets really serious. A FISA warrant was issued, a search warrant, one of the first times in the history of our republic that a presidential campaign was spied upon by the federal government, by the FBI. And then when the president tries to change that very FBI that investigated him, well, then you get a charge of obstruction of justice. Well, here the Mueller report has found there's no underlying crime. There's no collusion. That's not subject to interpretation. That's what Mueller said. So here there's no underlying crime, but they're still trying to pursue an obstruction of justice claim. Well, I want to see, well, who's pursuing the claim? How did a FISA warrant get issued? How did a wiretap happen on a campaign? And what about all the members of the campaign who have gone through now 2 years of investigation only to find there's nothing there? You just look at one of them, Michael Caputo. There's a report on what he has gone through, and he has received 58 death threats over the past 2 years. His family is living literally in shelter. They have to have enhanced security, and his entire business has gone down the tubes because of this. Nobody wants to get caught up in this kind of investigation. He's a 30-year veteran of Republican politics. He was an advisor to the Trump campaign. And here he is. He's had to dip into every single account. He almost lost his house. Who is going to bring justice to these people who were innocent? And they've now gone through 2 years of investigation and are now looking at another 2 years of a House investigation. It's time to end this and put it to bed and say, let's move on. This has been a national nightmare. And from my point of view, what's the chilling effect on future presidential campaigns? If you think you're going to be investigated, if you think that you're going to go through 2 to 4 years of horror, why would you ever get involved in presidential politics? What's the point? And that's the ultimate damage to our democracy. The power to investigate is the power to destroy, because people have to lawyer up. And if you're trying to lawyer up on a government salary, you need to think again.